There is only one thing an injured lifter fears more than the injury: the healer. It was said Flexius Menswell, breaker of knots and master of therapeutic guesswork, could hear a shoulder click from 3 villages away. But now he had been ordered to save an injured lifter who had ignored the path of rehab and journeyed to the peptide factory, seeking a miracle in a vial. And so, Dr. Menswell mounted his rolling massage table, fastened the reins to Steve, and began the long journey across the Nattyverse. They passed the burnt plains of Mount Tren, and the ancient fields where the first protein scoop had been mismeasured, and all mankind suffered bloating. Songs were sung of their journey, though most were too slow to perform. For Steve, though noble, was mostly inflammation. At last they reached the peptide factory, built from glass vials, steel pipes, and the shattered hopes of men who had once said, "I'm just taking it for recovery." From the gates of this palace of pure optimization came the synthlings. Overworked, underpaid, and upset that their staff discount had recently been revoked, they said nothing, for under factory policy, speaking counted as a paid break. They studied the poster. Then they raised their tiny fingers skyward, for high above the gates, behind glass, steam, and several health and safety violations, the final contestants remained. Many winners of the golden scoops had already fallen to temptation. The promises had been too vast, the disclaimers too small to read. Only 2 remained. Algo, a science-based lifter who distrusted joy, feared simplicity, and once asked a grieving widow whether the eulogy had been peer-reviewed, and Razor, who simply wished to bench again by Tuesday. Dr. Peptis Tide led them into the chamber of amino ascension and presented a golden egg within which lay an amino acid sequence so refined that it would allow the user to understand every scientific study ever written. Algo trembled, for this had long been his dream. Not strength or glory, but the ability to say, "Actually, the literature suggests," in any conversation with devastating confidence. He took the vial without question and suddenly understood. Everything, every mechanism, every pathway. But the peptide was cursed, for he could explain none of it to others, and thus could correct no one. He was driven mad, for being right was meaningless unless somebody else was wrong. The synthlings dragged him away, still gesturing at graphs only he could see.